Diana Castro and you're watching Leaders with a Mission, and today I have someone really special with me. His name is Adam Clarin, and he is one of his community's top eye care professionals. He graduated with honors from Nova Southeastern University College of Optometry. He values family time and making sure that he's making a lasting impact in his community. Thank you, Dr. Adam, for being here.
Thank you.
So, I know that we have worked before. We created a video together. I want to ask you, how has that impacted your business?
Well, the video's gone a long way. We promoted it on Instagram and Facebook and got a lot of great feedback. The way you made my practice seem so professional yet comfortable really showed who we are and really helped elevate our business to the next level.
Thank you. It was really fun working with you and your team. Everybody in your office is so nice and sweet.
Every time we walk in now, we all cross our arms at the same time.
That's such a lie. Do it again. Do it again. You guys were like, no. We're not having this anymore.
No, but it was a lot of fun. It was a great experience, and you really did shine a great light on us and make us look very good.
Thank you. So I wanted to ask you, what is your personal definition of leadership?
My personal definition of leadership is showing other people how to live, how to do right, how to do good. So being an example in the world and not really talking about it, but just doing it and setting that example to help others rise up.
Through this journey of actually positioning your brand as a leader in the industry, what struggles have you faced and what have you learned from them?
We always struggle to make sure that we convey our mission. Being in a busy eye care practice, people come and we try to spend as much time with them as we can, but we got to slow down sometimes and just let them know that we're here for anything they need, all their eye care needs. It's not so much just helping them see, but it's helping them live. And so that takes time, patience, and expertise.
And as an entrepreneur, what things do you see that help you, become a better leader in your industry?
Being an entrepreneur is tough. There's a lot of struggles. There are days when you're very stressed, managing staff, managing a business, payroll, overhead expenses, and just rising above, showing the team that no matter how hard it gets, that you're always going to help find them the finish line, that you can cross it together by working together and overcoming any small things that might come up.
For example, what's something that you've seen happening?
Well, in my business, we invest a lot in technology and equipment. And so those bills come around and we have to pay them. And knowing that we're doing the right thing for our patients, we're helping them see, we're helping them live, it helps me find a way to get through those times when you might look and see all those bills pile up, but you know that it's worth paying every penny and working extra to make sure you can, because you're changing lives.
In your opinion, what is the main ingredient to success, especially in your industry?
I think in any industry, the most important ingredient to success is perseverance and a positive attitude. If you know that you can do it and you feel that in your heart and you keep pushing through, you will be successful.
I know your practice is like a family practice. And I remember the first time you shared with me the story of how your father came to, stumble upon this industry. And I love it because it's something that I feel like people can remember. Can you share that with us?
My father started practicing optometry 35 years ago, and he got into it. He was a biology professor and getting his master's in zoology. And in order to do that, he was investigating mosquito eyes. And I think the funny part of the story is that him and his lab partner that they were doing this study had to feed the mosquitoes. So every day they would stick their arm in the mosquito cage and let them feed off their arm just for the sake of science and for the sake of learning. And after he learned about the mosquito eye and extrapolated that to the human eye, he really became passionate about eye care. And that's why I am where I am today.
That's pretty cool. I love that story because it shows perseverance.
I don't think I would do it.
It's pretty funny. Like when you were telling it, I could totally see the picture in my mind of him just
But wait.
do what you have to do.
So Now it's funny because I have three brothers and we go outside and for some reason mosquitoes don't bite us. Like I'll be out next to anybody who's getting eaten alive and I'm going, no, nothing, they're not biting me at all. So I don't know if there's some kind of immunity that he's passed down from that experiment or not, but that might be more important than optometry to not get bit by mosquitoes here in Miami.
That's pretty cool. So I wanted to ask you about your practice and also the people that are in your staff. So you also work with another optometrist.
Yes.
So what do you guys do together? How do you guys complement each other?
So I practice with my father and him and I are very similar. I always try to emulate him and be like him. And a lot of the patients think that we're somewhat interchangeable because our personalities are very similar. So when we brought somebody else into the office, we wanted someone with a different personality. So we found a woman who I went to school with and was a good friend of mine even before that we knew was going to treat our patients the way we wanted to, but with her own touch. So a lot of times people say that she's a little softer, a little more gentle, a little more caring, listens a little bit more, although we do a great job. I definitely see how her exams take longer because she spends a lot of time in that room nurturing, whereas we get to the answer a little bit quicker and have that conversation more about life and less about eyes.
Oh, that's nice. And I love that because it brings balance to your practice.
Absolutely.
It's like the masculine energy and the feminine energy, and it's just like a whole.
You know, every patients are going to gravitate towards doctors that they like, that are like them. And we knew that my father and I were similar and we were one type of doctor. And so we were going to get one type of patient. But bringing in somebody else has really changed the dynamic. And now there are more options for our patients. And we've had patients that I've seen for 8-9 years, my dad's seen for 25, that now prefer to go to Dr. Scher because they mesh with her a little bit better. And they never had the option before. And now that they do, they're thrilled. And we're thrilled because it's still building a thriving practice and going with the mission of giving eye care to people the way they want it to make their lives easier and better. And if that's with her, I don't take that personally. Everybody doesn't mesh exactly right.
With that in mind, I want you to fill in the blank of these things. Leadership to me is?
Leadership to me is a positive attitude. It's leading people, showing them how we can all be successful if we work together towards a common goal. And no matter what struggles might come about, keep pushing through and showing them to push through.
And at the end of the day, what kind of impact do you want to live in the world? What is your mission? What drives you to, show up every day?
I'm passionate about eye care because it's simple things that can really change a life. When you give a kid his first pair of glasses and they can see the leaves on the trees, whereas before they saw a green blob and their face lights up, or a 12-year-old that puts in contacts for the first time and they haven't seen without glasses since they were 5, and you can just see in their face, oh my God, that really changes everything for us. And then on the other side of the spectrum, there's more serious things. You can detect diseases in the eye, brain tumors, glaucoma, things that can potentially blind people. And if you can save somebody from going blind in their lifetime, the impact that you have not only on them, but on everybody that they impact is huge. And so I wake up in the morning to change lives, to help lives, and to make people just have a better experience in this world.
I know I opened the introduction of you are a very family man. I remember talking to you when we were sitting at that branding strategy session, and you're like, I really wanted to do good for the community, but at the end of the day, I also wanted to be present for my kids. And I just love that because that shows heart and that shows intention and that just shows your true values. So that's what leaders do.
Well, going back to my father, I was always very fortunate that he was an optometrist. He was a business owner. He can set his own schedule. So he coached all of our little league teams. He went on all of our field trips with us. And that is something that I remember first grade, second grade, going to the zoo. We went to New York and he was always able to take the time to give it to us growing up. And that's exactly what I wanted for my kids. I wanted to have a job where I can have this work-life balance. And if my son has a soccer game or if my daughter has a field trip, I can just join them and have those experiences with my kids. So that was one of the main reasons I chose this profession, was because of the lifestyle I saw him give us that I wanted to one day give to my family.
That's pretty cool. What was your first choice? I remember you mentioned it.
Psychology, sports psychology.
And it was just too crazy?
Well, to go for a psychology degree and at the highest level, which is where I was going to be no matter where I ended up, I would have had to do 7 years of PhD and then start at the bottom and get there to the top level of sports, which is where I wanted to be. And looking at that versus where I could have gone with optometry, still changing lives, still helping people. It was a better path for me because it was quicker. I enjoyed school. It wasn't too hard. I enjoyed people. So I'm very happy where I ended up, but stay tuned because you're going to do another video for me soon as I bring back sports vision training that we're going to bring into the practice and start pushing it and bring me full circle to where I was in college learning about vision and sports, which is what made me even look at optometry.
That
as I
is
was
so
graduating.
freaking cool. We'll keep in contact for that. The funny thing is that
Patience.
the full circle for us kind of on creating this kind of project is we realize that people who work with us are leaders or people who are looking to position themselves as leaders in their industry, that mediocrity was not an option. So I love the fact that I get to share and get to know and understand other industries and meet people who really believe in what they do and who really resonate to doing the things right and to doing them with intention. And that's pretty much what we found in each other. So
it was great.
thank you so much for coming. And if you felt inspired by Dr. Adam Clarin, I invite you to visit him at clarineyecare.com. And for those of you who are leaders, or maybe you're an influencer, or maybe you're trying to position your brand as a leader in your industry, please visit us at forproductions.com and remember to subscribe to receive amazing content on how to magnify your voice and make a bigger impact in the world.